Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about CarLotz, ticker symbol LOTZ. This is a stock that was heavily requested for me on Twitter, and the reasoning is there. We got a bunch of positive PR throughout this past week. You saw expansion in Florida, as well as a huge upgraded buy rating from one of the top analysts in the US, and there is reason for it. So we're going to recap that, then take a look at the chart, identifying key levels, and taking a look at several indicators so we know what to expect in this coming week and down the road. So, without any further ado, let's hop right into the analysis. All right, so here's a bit of positive PR that came out this Thursday. As you saw, the nation's largest consignment to retail used vehicle marketplace, aka CarLotz, announced today it will open its third Florida hub in the coming months. We saw a kind of a quote from the CEO of CarLotz that says, in some cases, we open hubs to reach a new market, and in other cases, to increase capacity. But with this new opening, this hub helps us in both of these respects. It's another great move for a company that has been rapidly expanding, and many insiders and analysts are starting to take note of this growth. As you can see here on Friday, we got a huge PR release. We saw that Gary Prestopino from Barrington initiated coverage with a buy rating on CarLotz and a price target of $22, almost 3 times higher than where it is currently being traded. As you can see here, Prestopino is a top 100 analyst with an average return of 41.4% and a 58.8 success rate. This guy knows what he's talking about. And this chart is going to kind of confirm why he may be so optimistic. So here we have the daily chart for CarLotz, and as you can see, there's a lot of positive signs. First and foremost, taking a look at these two purple lines, you see that since February, CarLotz has been in this downtrend, touching this upper bound, touching this lower bound. However, recently at the very end of April, we started to break out of this trend. That's a very positive sign. All that we need to confirm that we are out of this trend is to continue to set higher highs and higher lows. The first major key is to kind of stay above this 641 level. That's the most recent lower low. So right now we kind of have a bottom here around the 680 mark. If that holds as a bottom in this next week, we can kind of confirm that we are seeing these higher lows, and then we can start pushing for higher highs. That is a very, very positive indicator to finally buck this 3 month downtrend. Other indicators to look at, first and foremost, down here at the RSI, you still see that this stock at its current levels is very oversold. I would expect now that we are out of this downtrend to start making a move back into this area and see the stock price rise accordingly. Other indicators to keep in mind, first and foremost, the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. It is this yellow line here. And after a strong move on Friday, after that buy rating came out, you can see that CarLotz is back over the VWAP. It closed over VWAP, which means the bulls are in control headed into next week's trading session. Other indicators I like to personally use are just the moving averages. The first moving average I use is the 21-day EMA. That's this horizontal purple line that currently sits at 739. We are very close to breaking that, and that would mean that CarLotz has a bullish outlook in the intermediate term. Looking at the longer term moving averages, the first one I'd like to note is right here, this 970 marker. That's the 200-day SMA. That's going to be the main long-term indicator that we eventually want to reclaim to confirm we're in bullish territory. So we're going to talk about a few resistance levels we need to break until then. However, if we are able to break them, then this 200-day EMA is really the one where we're going to see heavy resistance. And if we can get over it, we can start to see those moves into the $20 range like the analysts are indicating. So with that being said, now let's take a look at some key support and resistance levels. So the first support level you're going to see here is right here at this 690 range. Being able to hold this range would be huge because once again, it confirms that we are establishing higher lows and we are out of this downtrend that has been brutal for the last 3 months. So if we can, continue to climb higher, that is a very positive sign for the future short term and long term outlook of this CarLotz stock. If we do go retest it, this is always a great spot to buy. You always want to buy near support levels to minimize the risk and maximize the reward. However, if this does break through, then the next support level would be right here at the 641 range. And at that point, if we can't hold this, then there definitely is more downside ahead. We are not out of the downtrend. But once again, if we do make it to these levels and you are interested in going long on the stock, this is exactly the range you should be looking for if the 690s can't hold. Now, on the bullish side, looking at resistance levels, the first one is going to be right here at the 750 range. These are all just based on historical data. As you can see, CarLotz has kind of struggled with this range before and has used it as both support and resistance. Getting above that would be huge. And then getting above this 810 range, which is the next resistance, would be absolutely massive because once again, it shows that we are establishing higher highs and that we are out of the downtrend. After that, we're going to see some resistance at 890. And then, like I said, at that 200-day SMA around 970. After that, the sky is the limit for this stock. So, if we can start to make this move up, we're probably going to have to ladder our way up there. You really want to see it break this 200-day SMA mark, and then you can start seeing move back into the teens and potentially the 20s. A few other things to take a look at aside from the chart. First, unusual options volume. As you can see here throughout the week, when we're taking a look at large size call options, people started to get optimistic about this stock. They started to take a look at the chart, see that we are bucking out of the downtrend. Notice that there is positive PR ahead, and we are seeing just a bunch of people buying calls, a little bit of bearish action here. But for the most part, the flow on this stock is positive. Taking a look at the volume, you can see great volume here when the PR was being dropped. This is well above the average volume being traded. And if this can continue, I fully expect that CarLotz will continue to set those higher highs and start laddering towards the upside. Aside from that, let me know whether you agree with my analysis, whether you disagree. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. Aside from that, have a great rest of your Sunday.